because Ballistic High-Speed put out a video. And granted, it just came out, but I'm probably not going to drop the video until like Saturday or Sunday, so it should be fine. But Ballistic High-Speed just dropped a video. Does rain affect bullets? So I think that this could be kind of interesting because, first blush thought, I would think rain would do absolutely nothing to bullets. That would be my first blush thought, is rain would have absolutely no bearing on bullets whatsoever. And so what do you say we see if my first blush thought is correct? Let's take a look.
So Adam, have you ever wondered, how much does rain affect bullets?
I actually have.
We're going to test a few different calibers over, what is this, 50 yards?
Yeah, roughly.
The most long.
That initial shot, it looked like the rifle round was deviating. That initial, like, top and bottom shot, it looked like the rifle round was actually starting to deviate low. Thank you, Griffin Knight. Thank you for the 5 gifteds.
Long distance we've ever done here, I feel like. We're going to simulate a bunch of rainfall in a short area, kick some bullets through it, and see what does that do downrange.
To find out, we just have some pretty normal American rounds. We've got 9mm out of a pistol, we have a .308 rifle, and then over here is kind of the heart behind the whole thing. We have a .223, just in your very classic AR style, but it's going to be in the ransom rest to really pull those groupings down. We are not PewView. We don't shoot like that around here.
With PewView, we could say shoot that droplet. Yeah, he would. Just see what happens to bullets
Not
as
wrong.
they go through rain. Welcome back to Ballistic High-Speed. We're hoping that at 50 yards, it will exaggerate any effects that it has with the water.
Definitely.
So otherwise, we'd be shooting this at like 10 or 20 yards.
Right. So we just have a double stack 9mm. We're just using off-the-shelf ammo, nothing crazy.
Little guy down there with a cross on his chest.
We'll mark that grouping, and then we'll stake our water. We'll show you guys that when we get to it.
We'll start the Bellagio.
Oh, this should be interesting. Okay.
All right, let's do our first shots.
Let's see if this works.
So we got a high-speed camera looking on a 600mm lens all the way down to the target. That should give us a good view of the bullet's flight. And then we'll see as it's gone through water if it's doing some of this stuff or whatever it's doing. But we're gonna have multiple angles set up for that. You ready?
Yep. All right, and
But by the way, can we just appreciate the fact that we're probably looking at several $100,000 worth of equipment right here alone? Like, each one of these high-speed cameras is like like thousands for tens of $1,000s a piece. This like entire setup, we're talking like probably hundreds of thousands of dollars just for them to be able to do this.
It's doing, but we're gonna have multiple angles set up for that. You ready?
yep. All right, in 3, 2, 1.
So that is our trajectory from gravity.
Yep, so it looks like pretty low left.
Yeah.
Shot number 2.
Ooh.
3, 2, 1.
Always fun to see. Okay.
50 yards with a handgun. I'd say that's not too bad, right?
I guess. I don't know if I've ever tried to group at 50 yards.
Now we're gonna kick on our rain and see if after plummeting through several droplets, does the bullet not care?
My guess is if anything, it's gonna be lower.
Yeah, because it might slow it down a little bit. Either that or it'll bounce off one and just go to the stratosphere. No. All right.
You know what I'm suspecting? Based on the high-speed footage we saw at the beginning of this, I don't think it's going to alter the trajectory of the bullet. I think it might alter this. I think it might cause the bullet to keyhole and may alter the surface of the round that strikes the target. Yeah, it's gonna. Exactly. I think it's gonna cause the round to tumble. Now that in and of itself, if it causes the round to start tumbling, in and of itself, that could potentially create additional wind resistance because you're now introducing a higher surface area for that's going to be experiencing wind resistance versus the narrow point, versus the more narrower silhouette of the round just traveling in spiral. The minute it starts tumbling and keyhole, and minute it starts tumbling, you're getting more surface impact. And so that could actually cause the round to actually dip in its trajectory because it's, it's slowing down. And so it's slowing down. And so gravity is naturally going to drag it down a little bit more. But I also suspect that we're going to see a more lateral hole versus a circular hole. We're going to see a more oblong shaped hole because it's going to start tumbling. That's my suspicion. We'll see if I'm right.
All right, let's go set up water.
Let's do it.
All the way across the sky.
Rainbow, nice. Welcome to the Midwest Bellagio.
Yay!
This is Adam's contraption, so why don't you walk us through it?
I duct taped the handle of 4 sprinklers down and then 3D printed a box to hold it. When I kick the pump on, it also draws from here and the house, splits it evenly across 4 equally length hoses so that they all have roughly equal pressure. 2 on flat, 2 on shower.
Just to get a variety of droplets.
And 1 flooded yard.
Interesting.
It's gonna be fun. And we're blasting 1400 watts of light through it with the sun to really make those droplets pop. This is so dense with water. This is like if you had 50 yards of average rainfall and just kind of crammed it. And then whatever effect that has over 50 yards, it should do something. If not, then we've answered the question.
Then we've answered the question.
Yeah.
And then we'll move to faster rounds, bigger rounds. The weapon is loaded.
These partitions are ready too. All right, send them.
Alrighty, coming off safe.
This is a great time to set your device to the highest video quality available, 4K if you can, as a lot of the fine detail shown throughout this episode can get lost in video compression at lower settings.
In 3.
Okay,
2,
hang on. I will do that. I will set it. I will see if if this thing can handle 4K. Okay, here we go.
2, 1.
Oh, it's hard to tell. Ooh, I sent it high.
That one went a couple inches high.
Really?
Few inches high, actually.
Okay.
You could actually kind of see. Hang on, let me get it back here. You could kind of see, like here's the round. You could see as it starts to traverse, you can actually see the round sort of like tip up. Right about, right about here. When it's traveling, you could see, now it could be the angle of the camera, and it looks like it actually tips up, and you can see the trajectory, like, looks like it may be upwards.
Still aiming same spot. 1.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
might have something happening.
Yeah. It actually starts to make a vapor trail. It's quite a few.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of funny seeing the rain come from the bottom though.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to see the side-on shot.
It just absolutely
You could-
annihilates them.
You could kind of see the round starting to nose up. Right about, let's see, right about, hang on. Right there, you can see the you could see right here, the nose of the round starts coming up from the impacts, right about here. The nose is up just a little bit.
Just absolutely
Just a little, but it's
annihilates them.
up.
Out of my way.
I'm glad we can see it happening.
For some context, during typical rainfall, there may only be a handful of droplets in a cubic foot at any given time, which means that within the thin path of a bullet, it's extremely unlikely to hit more than just a few droplets over distance. So by flooding hundreds of thousands of droplets into just a few feet, this will simulate much more dense rainfall over much more distance, giving us the most opportunity for droplet impacts to exaggerate any effects.
We were putting our red dot on the exact same spot. So your grouping hasn't changed, but somehow the average shifted up.
Yeah. Which, to be fair, at 50 yards, the dot in that covers up this entire thing.
Yeah.
So it could have just been aimed up a little bit when we did the rain. It could have been down here.
50 yards, handgun,
Possible.
negligible effect, or very slight shifts. But
Yeah.
nobody's shooting 50 yards expecting tighter than that, I don't think. And as you could see in the high speed, when you're talking about the speed of a bullet in comparison to the speed of rain, it's pretty much, you don't have to even consider it. So the fact that we have some water coming up, some water coming down, it doesn't matter. Although it is kind of
They are, and that's another thing that I was considering is they are kind of right in respect that they tried to maintain their 0 point of aim on the center here, but even a small upward deviation of their point of aim could result in this level of deviation of their grouping. Not to mention, even though it's in the vise, there's still the possibility of when it shoots, when the firearm discharges, it can still, like, that vibration could cause like just a hair of change in your point of aim, which could also send the round higher versus do its original point. So it's like not just the rain that's a factor on this one, and it's entirely possible that even though we saw the round, what looked like the round had like the nose up just a teeny bit in that slow-mo, that may not have actually caused the deviation. And it could have simply just been the point of age shifted just a millimeter, and that would send it up. And thank you, Dragon Trucker. Thank you for the tier 1.
funny that we were spraying water up and it moved our grouping up.
Moved the grouping up.
But yeah, you can see in the high speed, the water is basically not moving in comparison to the bullet. And that's only going to get more extreme because now we're going to be 2,000 or 3,000 feet per second instead of 1,000 feet per second.
Yeah.
So let's go do some clean, no water rifle shots.
All right, 5.56. Wait.
One thing I am curious about also, though, is with the, like, I would actually have preferred that they did with their, like, rain, if they had all of their nozzles set to the shower mode versus having 2 of them in fan mode, because honestly, the droplets that you're going to get from fan mode are probably going to be smaller than shower mode. And realistically, if you're trying to get like an accurate representation of falling rain, you're probably going to get a more accurate representation with a spray nozzle set to shower mode versus fan mode. Because typically speaking, raindrops for your average rainfall are practically thicker than the type of droplets you're going to get from fan mode, because it's so compressed and it's going to be it's more of a mist than droplets. So I kind of would like to see if they just switched them all to shower mode and see what kind of like rainfall they would get.
Easier to hold it down. No rain grouping.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Perfect.
3,
That's a tight
2,
group.
1.
That is a tight group.
Beautiful. All within an inch of each other.
A little bit better that time.
Oh yeah, way better.
So now we have a
Nice.
baseline.
Way better. Way better than handgun. If you're wondering what these patches are, every time we put a new caliber in, we fire a few because it kind of settles in and finally everything is solid. So we get some anomalies and then we get everything settled in. And
Dude, if it comes up again.
all right, let's go. All right, high speed's ready.
All right, 5.56 with some rain. 3, 2, 1.
Nice.
Hey, nice.
I can see
Dang
it misting
on.
through the rain.
3, 2, 1.
Sorry. Okay, hang on. Let me back this up because I didn't realize I was going to be in the way there. I'll shift to the other side momentarily because I was covering up. Like the shots were bang on.
1.
Nice. I can see it misting through the rain.
3, 2, 1.
Do we have results,
That
Doctor?
is dead fucking on.
Oh my gosh.
Like in the same grouping.
I'm going to say no effect.
Yeah. Wow. Am I skilled enough to make a tighter grouping? Maybe.
Oh, it's hitting a lot.
I'm a pretty good shot.
Ding, ding, da, ding, ding. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a juicy droplet.
I'm not seeing any yaw or anything though.
No, certainly
Not
no
on that one, no.
immediate effects to it, and obviously none down there.
No?
Yeah.
Wow.
That one?
and then those two.
It makes sense that I would miss most of the drops because it is a narrower bullet. There's, it'd be able to slip through, it'd be able to slip between, it's moving faster and it's narrower, so it better chance of it slipping between the droplets more than the handgun.
What?
Okay. I'm gonna call no effect.
It made it more accurate. I mean, if anything, this is a good sign to people who hunt at this distance. You don't have to worry about rain, at least for 5.56.
At 50 yards.
Yeah, 5.56 is such a narrow, skinny round that it may not
Exactly.
be impacting all that many droplets. When we go to a 308, that's
Yep.
even thicker.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll start to get more of an effect. So far, rain does nothing to bullets, except maybe handguns. I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah.
That one's iffy. As you can see, we've got some new merch available on bunkerbranding.com. We did our pineapple grenade episode recently, so we got a play on that with spicy pineapple. It's a literal pineapple grenade. We got those in tank tops, gray t-shirts, black t-shirts. Of course, our OG logo on black and military green, which is our personal favorites, or at least mine. And then a lot of you asked us to come out with some physical print media, so we have a poster here that is some cool handgun muzzle exits. I think we got a rifle version coming on the way.
I believe we do.
Let us know any other high-speed moments from our channel
That's
that you think
really
would make
cool.
great posters or just little placards, things like that. Vinyl stickers.
Cannot forget the stickers.
Pineapple grenade. I'm gonna put these on my camera cases. We got that spontaneously combustible. We know the whole thing.
Yeah.
And there's more shirt designs as well. It's just what we got in stock here. Head over to bunkerbranding.com. Link in the description for that. And pick up some merch. It helps us make more cool videos. Keeps us going strong on YouTube and all the other platforms. See you over on Bunker Branding.
308, no rain grouping.
Pretty much hit on the X.
On the X?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Looks like it was also
bang
the
on.
It's pretty similar to that, just bigger holes. There's always going to be a little bit of slack in the system, even internally in the gun. All right, so keep the aim the same. Turn on our Bellagio from the Midwest and go learn some more.
Let's do it. All right. 308 through the rain.
Here we go.
Wait. Shit. Hang up. I gotta move. I'm blocking. All right.
2, 1.
Looks good so far.
Dang on.
Looks good.
3, 2, 1.
That's so cool. I can see
Ted
a trail
on.
appear for the most split second in the rain.
Weapons clear.
I thought I was looking at CGI for a second. Watch the trail of this 308 bullet.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Look around
That's
it though.
cool.
Oh yeah, that is the Mach cone of the bullet. So you know the fast frame
Wow.
differencing I do to show like shockwaves and
Yeah.
patterns? That's gonna look sick.
Ooh,
We're gonna get
that's
some
wild.
crazy good sound design for this. Cool.
You don't like the meow?
I'll add that in. Watch me, I'll put it in the edit.
Meow.
Wow. Oh, that was a good droplet hit right there.
I don't know, it kind of shifted slightly. Ever
1,
so slightly.
2, and 3R.
3R.
I'm going to say
Negligible.
negligible.
We can't say no effect, because technically it's touching something. Now let's test it at 6 miles.
We could go out with Ronnie Atkins. He can shoot 2 miles.
Just wait for a thunderstorm to come in.
Yeah, say we just need like a 2-mile long hose.
My only other thought with how we could potentially get an effect, just have the column jet of water coming out of the hose.
Oh, not even from the sprinkler head.
I think we just go straight out of the hose, like a
of the hose.
thick jet of water with a hollow point too. So either that or we do shotgun next while we still have the rain set up properly. Buckshot? A cloud of bullets versus a cloud of rain.
Alrighty, we are
Could be
switching out
interesting.
our rifles to shotguns. We've got some double-aught buck.
I do have to wonder why they decided to go with the go with this route where it's just like everything's like all the water is basically shooting up from the bottom, and why they didn't like either do up a rig so they can hang the nozzles from the top and just have it going straight down, or arc, set it up so like at an angle so like the water would arc and come down like actual falling rain. They can afford, well, they don't even need a rain machine. Like their setup that they've got with the 4 nozzles, they could do it either, instead of laying them on the ground, they could basically just do like a couple of PVC pipe, make a PVC pipe rack, zip tie the nozzles to the overhang so they're facing downwards and just have that going. And or set them up so that they're on the ground but they're angled, so then So then it like when the water, they have the water coming straight up, it arcs, and then it falls down like rain. I'm a little surprised they didn't do that. Maybe they couldn't afford to do carpets. Like what I'm talking about by setting up a rack, they could literally just do with, a couple pieces of PVC pipe and PVC pipe connectors to avoid extra damage to the yard. I don't see them doing extra damage. Like literally, you could just get like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6 pieces of PVC pipe, and then create like a saw purse style rack. And then just zip tie the nozzles to the overhang bar and just have it high enough that the bullet will be traveling under it. I mean, it's obviously this is causing some really neat effects on the high speed. It's just, I don't know. I'm just kind of curious why they're doing it from the ground up instead of from the sky down. That's all. Worry about the pressure affecting the droplet speed? Maybe, possibly, I don't know. Compact droplets as possible. I theoretically could still make the droplets compact by doing it downward the way I was talking about, but
No rain first.
No rain.
High speed is ready.
3, 2, 1. Take 2 in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
That's all over the
double
place.
up through the rain. One last visual in 3, 2, 1.
Oh yeah. You guys watching the droplets on that?
No tanks.
All right, aim's good, water's good.
It's so much more intense that we just get a solid white cloud. Look at the
That's the
force
shot
field
cup.
just growing around it.
That's the shot cup going through this, doing that. Honest, I don't think really that's the pellets.
Just look how much it's
That's
disrupting.
okay, it's some of the pellets. But that shot cup. Wow,
It looks
they
like
stayed
a
in tight.
spaceship coming back through the atmosphere and just tearing through the air. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
wow.
the most effect by far. It's after
Yeah,
the
the
water that
the
the
wadding.
wadding kicks off.
I don't know why I always do that. I always call it a shot cup for some reason. You're correct. It is the wadding. I have no idea why I always call it the shot cup.
Boom, and it
Yeah, I
kicks
found
off.
one of them. It's down there a little ways.
Last setup of the day.
Yeah, there was too much downtime. Bryce had another idea. So
Great.
we're gonna go back to the 308. We have a hollow point. So basically what we've got here, heads up Bryce,
All right.
a single line with a pump.
Oh, jeez. So we're gonna shoot
Okay.
through that inch-thick jet of water. And the idea is that hollow point should scoop up a bunch of water. I don't know.
We don't really know what to expect.
And we got
I
4
think it
of
might
them, so we're
slice
doing
right
2
through
and
it.
2.
308, no rain, hollow point.
Nice.
Number 2.
One more to be sure. Just slightly to the right of the tape. I'm kind of hoping on that long distance high speed, we actually see some of this.
Something.
I want to see something.
And we've got 2 shots at it.
Yeah. Pretty happy?
I think so. It's kind of hard to tell because it's at an angle and there's height over bore, so I'm actually going to be hitting it lower than what I'm aiming at.
Okay, all high speed is ready.
All right, stand by.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good
yeah.
one.
And the scope on that one.
Demolished it. Look how majestic water looks.
Whoa, whoa,
See,
whoa.
oh, look at
Look
that
how much follows
deviation.
it.
Oh, did you see that? There was noticeable deviation. Oh yeah, that tumbled as soon as it hit. As soon as that hit, boom. Once it clears, come on, you can see it start tumbling. Almost immediately. Yeah, almost immediately. And then you see a noticeable gap in the stream before it finally catches up. Oh, wow. That's cool. That is really cool.
Whoa, whoa. Look how much follows it.
Oh, it's tumbling. It's 100% tumbling.
Yeah.
Completely through it.
Just vaporizes it. So cool. It's like a galaxy
Damn.
explosion.
I don't think it really needs to be stated. So there is a line at
Yes.
which water will affect your bullet.
So just to show you how slow we're filming, we're at 75,000 frames a second, and it's playing right now. The water's just paused.
And then that's how fast that 308 still is. Oh my God.
It just carries a vapor cloud with it. This looks like a frozen
That
piece
is
of
so
glass.
It still looks pretty stable, actually.
It looks like crystalline.
I think you can kind of start to see it. You'll probably see it in the studio. I think I can kind of start to see it.
It's so hidden by vapor.
I don't think it tumbles so it actually clears frame. Yeah, that it starts to tumble as it clears frame. Ooh,
Yeah,
that
you're talking about
wobble.
missing a deer.
Yeah, you're like a foot
Did you
right
see
and a
that
foot
wobble?
up maybe.
And,
All that tumbling. Wow.
That's a lot
All
of
right, let's see
wobble.
if this one did. I think we hit down here on the second one.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
not expecting it to be encapsulated that long.
No, it drags so much water with it. Yeah,
Oh
we
my
could see it a little bit more,
That-
but it still
yeah,
looks
that
pretty
took
straight.
even more.
There's
that
water
brought
ahead of
even
it.
more water
That's
with
how hard
it.
it's punching the water out.
So it is in effect over time.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, you know how when you put your hand out the window flat, as soon as you go like this, then it kind
Yeah.
of ramps. So I think the bullet's just starting to go, and then outside this frame, it gets enough of a pitch to it where the air can actually affect it, and then
Yeah.
it starts
Yep.
doing that. So it kind of has to compound over several feet.
Yep.
Oh, look at it.
And remember,
That's a
I
wobbler.
aimed the same on
Yeah.
all 4 of these. So I'm gonna bring my tape. We're gonna see how much of a deviation that is.
I mean, it's more than a foot apart from each other, I feel like. Wow.
Yeah, I was excited to go see the board. I forget you cheat and just look at it from here.
Yeah, I had eyes on it the
Corey
whole
would have
time.
a blast
Here's
and
the
might
interesting
read you
thing.
freak on a leash video.
Hey?
Hit 2, hit 3. You can tell that they're all pretty stable.
We hit flat on its side.
Now the only other thing with that is it did catch the 2x4. It may not have been all water.
Oh, you can see the channel it tore through.
Yeah.
And then kicked it even more sideways. That was the first shot
Of the hose.
of the
Yeah.
hose. Man, if we had high speed back here, it would
I
be
know.
so cool. Because we've seen ultra high speed of bullets splatting on steel. You get the nose impact and then it spreads out
God,
copper.
that
So
doesn't
that's
look real.
concentric.
That high speed of that handgun round, like you basically collapsing on steel, that looked like CGI. Wait, this did not look real. It looked it looked like something made out of AI.
Bullet splatting on steel. You get the nose impact and then it spreads out copper.
Yep.
So that's concentric with the outside. This is offset, which means the bullet was like this. So the
Yeah.
nose hit there and then the rest of the copper cascaded down on the side. And that's just not good at all. Well, I'm glad we tried that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
There is a point where you should not shoot through a thing, and it's an inch thick of water.
So plausible?
Plausible? What would Adam James say right now?
Plausible?
Plausible. All right, thanks for watching that episode. Kind of back to our Mythbusters-esque roots, I feel like.
Yeah.
Answering a question that I feel like we've got this question a lot over the last several months. How much does rain affect water? The answer?
Minimal.
Not much at all, if any.
Until it's like, if you were staring through a waterfall and there's a bobcat on the other, it's like, you're not gonna take that shit.
Let us know if you have any other myths you'd like us to test or just questions you have about ballistics, and we'll try to put it to the test.
I would like to go do this at a longer range.
Yes, longer range, more
That
rain.
would be interesting.
Somehow?
More range somehow.
Yeah. We'll just shoot in a thunderstorm, whatever.
Yeah.
Ooh, bullets versus lightning. We'll figure it out.
We'll sit down on
Tesla
that one.
coil.
Tesla coil.
All right, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. We'll see you in the next episode.
I broke it.
Good Lord.
That was really freaking cool. That was really cool. I like that. The water, especially in the 4K, looked absolutely crystalline. It was really honestly kind of beautiful the way that the colors were catching the water in the sunlight. You were seeing the rainbow crystallization in the in in the camera footage, it really was pretty awesome. And like seeing that 308 going through the water stream, how it completely split it, and then actually had it tumbling. That was really cool. I love that. That was awesome.